He had everything money could buy: private jets, luxury cars, and a life most people only dream of. But when a young, observant waitress slid a quiet warning across the table, his perfect world suddenly felt fragile. She leaned in, voice barely above a whisper, and said something that made his heart skip. His girlfriend might not be as loyal as he believed. For a billionaire who trusted so few, this revelation was shocking, almost unbelievable. That night, he couldn't sleep. Images of betrayal ran through his mind, twisting his usual calm into something restless and tense. The next morning, as he sipped his coffee, an envelope arrived, black, sleek, and ominous. Inside was something that instantly changed the stakes, leaving a mix of anger, confusion, and anticipation swirling in the air. The waitress, innocent yet daring, had no idea how far this simple warning would ripple through his high-stakes world. Now, with the warning echoing in his mind, and the mysterious black card sitting before him, the billionaire faces a choice that could change everything. Will he confront the truth, or will the secret stay buried a little longer? The tension is just beginning, and what happens next will shock everyone involved. Ever since he had made his first fortune, the billionaire had learned to read people like open books. But something about this situation felt different. His girlfriend, someone he thought he knew inside and out, had always been charming, elegant, and careful, but the waitress's warning hinted at a side of her he had never seen. Memories of subtle lies and unexplained absences began to surface. Small cracks in the flawless image he had built in his mind. The black card wasn't just a card, it was a symbol of power, access, and control. But why was it arriving now, at this moment? And why was it connected, somehow, to the warning from a young woman who had nothing to gain? His curiosity battled with suspicion, and a sense of unease settled deep in his chest. He thought about the waitress again, her quiet bravery striking him. She had risked something by speaking the truth, and somehow, that honesty had become a spark in a world where deception was normal. As he stared at the card, questions multiplied. What exactly had she seen? And what did she expect him to do with the knowledge? The answers were nowhere in sight, and the tension hung heavy, like the calm before a storm that could change everything he thought he knew. He couldn't shake the feeling that the black card was more than a gift, it was a challenge. Every instinct told him to dig deeper, to uncover the truth about his girlfriend before it was too late. But there was another voice in his mind, one that reminded him of the stakes. He wasn't just any man. He was a billionaire, constantly surrounded by people who wanted something from him. Trust was rare, and betrayal could come from the most unexpected places. Meanwhile, the waitress went about her day, unaware of the storm she had stirred. In her small world behind the counter, she had only meant to protect someone from heartbreak. Yet, without knowing it, she had thrown the billionaire's life into a tense, uncertain orbit. Her courage contrasted sharply with the luxurious yet fragile world he inhabited, a world where appearances mattered more than truth. That as he replayed the warning in his mind, he began to notice patterns he had ignored before. Subtle texts, unexplained meetings, the way she sometimes smiled when no one else was around. Each clue deepened his suspicion, and each thought of confrontation made his pulse quicken. Outside, the city moved on, oblivious to the private tension brewing at the top of a high-rise apartment. But inside, every heartbeat was a countdown, and every decision could change everything. Night had fallen over the city, and the lights below shimmered like 1,000 tiny secrets, each one hiding its own story. He sat alone in his penthouse, the black card on the table in front of him, and the waitress's words echoing louder than ever. His mind raced through every detail, every conversation, every subtle hint he had dismissed before. The tension was unbearable. He knew the truth was close, but reaching it could shatter everything he thought he knew. He decided to follow the trail, carefully retracing her steps from the past week. Every message, every whispered excuse, every unexplained absence became a piece of a puzzle that refused to fully reveal itself. Yet the closer he felt to the truth, the more dangerous it seemed. Someone or something was hiding in the shadows, and he could almost feel eyes on him, watching, waiting, judging. Meanwhile, the waitress, far from the glittering world of wealth and power, had no idea her small act of honesty had ignited such a storm. Her warning had become the spark in a tinderbox, and the tension was reaching a fever pitch. Each passing hour made the mystery heavier, the stakes higher, and the suspense unbearable. He had to confront the reality, but the moment of truth loomed, uncertain and electrifying, ready to explode at any second. Just as he thought he was piecing everything together, an unexpected notification lit up his phone, a private message from an unknown account. The words were brief but chilling. *, you're not seeing the full picture. Think carefully before you act. His heart raced. Someone else knew what he knew, or at least part of it. Now, the game had changed. The warning from the waitress was only the beginning. The real danger, the hidden truth, was still lurking. Just out of reach, at the same time, his girlfriend appeared at his doorstep, smiling as if nothing were wrong. But there was something different in her eyes, a flicker of knowing, or maybe fear, that made him pause. Was she aware of the warning? Had she seen the black card? Or was this another layer of deception carefully woven into his life? Each question multiplied his uncertainty. Each glance made the tension unbearable. Meanwhile, the waitress received a call that left her shaken. It wasn't about her, it was about him, about the consequences of the truth she had dared to speak. She realized her warning had sparked something far bigger than she imagined, a storm that could engulf everyone involved. Now, with hidden messages, subtle lies, and unseen threats converging, the billionaire faced a reality more complicated and dangerous than he had ever expected. The moment of reckoning was closing in, and nothing would ever be the same. The tension finally snapped one evening when he followed his girlfriend to a high-end restaurant, the black card burning in his pocket. He watched from a distance as she met a man he had never seen before, their conversation animated, laughter too easy. His pulse raced, the betrayal he had feared now almost tangible. But just as he stepped forward to confront her, the man handed her an envelope strikingly similar to the black card he had received. Confusion surged through him. Inside, instead of proof of infidelity, were documents revealing a secret business alliance one she had been keeping from him, not out of deceit, but to protect him from a rival company targeting his empire. The realization hit him like lightning. The betrayal he feared had been a misunderstanding, a misread of intentions and circumstances. His girlfriend had been loyal all along, maneuvering in a world of high stakes where trust was rare and deception common. Before he could process the relief, his phone buzzed again. Another black card, identical to the first, appeared in his inbox, but this one was addressed to the waitress. Confused and unsettled, he realized the real game was only beginning. Someone else had been watching, orchestrating events from behind the scenes. Just when he thought the storm had passed, the final twist revealed that the truth was far bigger, and far more dangerous, than anyone had imagined. In the days that followed, the billionaire took a step back from the whirlwind of suspicion and uncertainty that had consumed him. He reached out to the waitress, grateful for her courage and honesty. She had risked everything to deliver a warning, and in return, he made sure she was recognized not with wealth, but with respect and an opportunity to grow her own path. It was a reminder that sometimes the smallest acts of honesty could have the biggest impact. His relationship with his girlfriend deepened as they rebuilt trust, this time on transparency and mutual respect. The misunderstanding about her secret business dealings became a lesson in perception, how easy it is to misread intentions in a world where appearances can be deceiving. Yet, the mysterious second black card remained a lingering puzzle, a hint that life in high-stakes circles always held surprises. Instead of fear, he embraced it as a challenge, a reminder that vigilance and integrity were as important as wealth and power. By the end, he realized that true strength wasn't in money or influence, it was in trust, honesty, and courage. And though the tension had eased, one truth remained clear. In a world of secrets and shadows, the next twist was never far away.